If I were to be forced to move to Prince George County, Maryland because of a job, I would also be forced to rehome my beloved dog, Julep. Now, before 2020, I wouldn't be able to move to Denver, Colorado, and before 2024, I wouldn't have been able to move to Aurora, Colorado either. Now, why may you be asking? It's because Julep has pit bull in her blood, and it's not because she's aggressive or she's bitten anyone or has a history of being aggressive. It's simply because of her DNA and being a pit bull. Now, breed-specific legislation, also known as BSL, is a discriminatory and ineffective response to dog-related incidences. It unfairly targets certain breeds and punishes responsible owners and fails to provide public safety. These outdated laws aren't based on fact, they're simply based on fear. Now, as a result, families can be broken apart, innocent dogs can be euthanized, and we continue to ignore the real problem at hand, which is irresponsible ownership and animal abuse. These laws don't just hurt dogs, they devastate the people who love them. Responsible owners of pit bulls and Rottweilers, German Shepherds and Malinois, and other banned breeds are forced to choose between their homes and their pets. And it doesn't just stop there. Dogs that have never shown aggression can be seized and euthanized just for simply being the wrong breed. And in Prince George County alone, over 80% of the 600 to 500 dogs that were seized and euthanized were considered to be family pets. Breed-specific legislation ignores owners' behavior. Studies show that dogs that were subjected to harsh or aggressive training techniques were often becoming aggressive when they got older, regardless of their breed. But instead of addressing abusive training or neglect, BSL targets innocent dogs and law-abiding owners. So not only is BSL unfair, but it doesn't even work. In breed-specific legislation, they don't look at how the dog acts, but they simply look at how the dog looks. And appearance can be very deceiving. A study done by the Maddie's Fund found that even experts frequently misidentify dogs. So when we're making these breed-specific laws, we could simply be relying on guesses. Now, what truly determines a dog's behavior? It's not their breed, it's their environment, their training, and their early socialization. Aggression is a context-driven behavior that is often motivated by fear or lack of care. In fact, most aggressive dogs haven't been properly trained or treated or socialized when they were puppies, leading to this future negative behavior. And let's be really clear here. There's no credible scientific evidence providing certain breeds are more inherently dangerous than others. Any dog can bite if they feel mistreated or threatened. For example, Chihuahuas. I bet majority of us here have experienced a not so nice Chihuahua. But because they're so small and unassuming, they aren't deemed dangerous. Now that raises the question, so if BSL isn't based on reliable science, then why is it even being used? And the answer is quite simple, really. Fear and perception. The aftermath of these repeated dog attacks often make lawmakers feel pressured into taking action. And unfortunately, BSL provides a visible yet misguided solution that makes it look like something is being done. But when we look even deeper, it becomes even more clear. These laws don't work. Despite their harsh measures, BSL does not reduce dog bites or make communities safer. The CDC reports that 4.5 million Americans are bitten by a dog each year, yet there is no credible evidence showing a drop in bites and incidences where these breed-specific bans are in place. In such cities, bites still happen, and often the breeds that are caught biting and attacking aren't even on the banned list. For example, in Council Bluffs, Iowa, they banned pit bulls in 2005. And what happens when they did that? Dog bites actually increased. And it's not from breeds that you're thinking about. It's from breeds that are homebred, like Labradors and loving, social kid animals. In contrast, breed-neutral laws actually do work. In Winnipeg, Canada, they implemented these behavior-specific policies, and bite rates actually dropped across all breeds, not just simply the targeted ones. Now, what can we do to actually protect our dogs and protect the public and protect the owners that act responsibly? We don't need these breed bans, but we need better policies in place. Solutions that focus on the behavior of our breed and not the behavior and not the breed. This means enforcing leash laws, promoting its spaying and neutering at potential cheaper costs, and holding owners accountable for when their dogs show dangerous behaviors, regardless of their breed. It also means educating the public about responsible ownership and bite prevention. It means teaching kids how to approach dogs safely, and it also means training dogs and encourage socialization at a very young age. Programs like Dog Gone Safe already have done this. They help reduce dog bites and strengthen the bond between people, pets, and the public. These are real yet effective solutions that provide public safety without sacrificing the innocent lives of our dogs. We prioritize education, responsible ownership, and evidence-based policies. Everyone will benefit, people and pets alike. Unlike BSL, these approaches actually address the real problem at hand, like I've mentioned before, irresponsible ownership and animal abuse. These legislations are fear-driven and unfair, and they don't even work. They target dogs based on their appearance and not their behavior, punishing the owners that act responsibly, and they reduce to fail the very thing that they claim to protect: dog attacks. We must remember that the dog's breed does not define their behavior, but the owner does. Pit bulls and Rottweilers and German Shepherds, they all love just like every other dog. It's time that we stop punishing them for the way that they look. We must be their voice and speak out against these biased laws and educate others and advocate for policies that protect dogs and people that are based on fact and not fear, so we do not end up with situations where pit bulls and families need to be ripped apart.